Meanwhile, a call from stakeholders in the water sector for persons living and working in watershed areas to stop destroying those areas. The appeal came on Wednesday at a discussion looking at solutions for the current and future droughts. TVJ's Dwayne Anderson was there and has this report.
Last week in Parliament, Prime Minister Andrew Holness told the nation to pray for rain. Well, it seems those prayers have been answered, somewhat, because on Wednesday, an official from the National Water Commission, NWC, made a revelation that will come as good news for residents of the corporate area.
Well, we are currently, the moon is currently at about 27% at this time. We have seen some rain in the Hermitage watershed. We are back up to about 35%. So the rain is beginning to fall, so I would rather say we are in a better position.
He, however, cautioned that the dry times won't end until the seasonal heavy rains return. But for some of these stakeholders, those rains would bring a different problem, meaning persons are likely to forget about the plans to combat the drought. They are therefore using the current crisis to get an important message across. Firstly, they want residents, especially farmers, to take better care of the watershed around the Hope and Yallas rivers by replanting trees or not cutting down any at all. These rivers are among the primary sources of water for Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Thomas.
The protection of the watershed would ensure that we have more water in the future. It's one of the services that the ecosystem provides. So once we do all the best practices, as the replant and do the proper farming practices on your own properties, both residents and both farmers, it will ensure it's not a panacea, it's not a fix-all. You will still have drought because that's a climatic thing. So it's not going to say that you will never have water lockups. You will still have reduced water, but with improving the environment, would try and ensure that we still have some of the services that the environment provides, which one of it is water.
The Water Resources Authority WRA also suggested the government explore what is called interbasin transfer. This is essentially moving water from watersheds in other parishes to help meet the needs of people in the corporate area.
There are water in other areas of the country that can be moved, but it will be costly. But that is something that the government could look at, to move water from other basins to transfer to Kingston and St. Catherine to augment the supply.
The stakeholders met on Wednesday to discuss the findings of the Hope Yallas watershed project. The project was undertaken to identify the practices of the people living around those two major watersheds and how to address the negative impact of their activities. The group's project manager, Laureen Jones, says a fund will be needed to fix the damage done to the ecosystem of these parts. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.